BTS reaction videos have already become extremely popular with ARMY. For this reason, and primarily because I have received literally hundreds of requests to react to more BTS videos, particularly videos that will help me learn more about BTS and this incredible, seemingly worldwide passion, I have created a new series titled I Just Discovered BTS. This new series of mine is my genuine contribution to display my rapid, newfound interest in the multi-talented 7 guys from Korea known as BTS. If you're new to the channel, I humbly ask you to please subscribe. And to everyone watching, I humbly ask again that you like, comment, and share these videos and hit that post notification so you can follow the series. I hope you all enjoy the ride while watching me learn more about this incredible phenomenon. Thanks for watching. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all feeling good, looking good, smelling good, brush your teeth good, and took like a soap firecracker, a firecracker made of soap, stuck it in your butt crack, lit it, let it explode to sanitize and neutralize all of the funk that's in there, got in the tub and rinsed it out and freshen that up. I'm just making up something off the top of the dome because I don't know what else to say. And I hope you had something delicious to eat today. Anyway, I'm back with another video. This is going to be episode 7 of the I Just Discovered BTS series. Now, guys, I have a lot to cover. I have some other things that I'll be covering in episode 8, which are going to be videos of BTS that I got a list from a message that I received. You guys are your comments and your messages that I'm receiving are like the most incredible source of income. I'm so crazy. Source of information for me to get to learn BTS. It's totally incredible with the knowledge that you guys have and the things that you guys come up with and the explanations and the clarifications. I've just been on like this information roller coaster, BTS information roller coaster, and it's been incredible. So I received an email. So I'm going to get right into it because it's probably going to make this a long video. I received an email from Stefan. I mentioned him, I think, on episode 6, I believe, or episode 5. One of them I mentioned. I received this email from him almost a week ago, and I've been wanting to read it. I read like the first couple of paragraphs, and it's pretty long email. And I explained that he wasn't able to. He says he wasn't able to send it to me because YouTube just wouldn't let him, send it, him or her, send it him, I believe, Stefan, send it to me or put it in the comment section. So he decided to email it. So I'm going to get right into reading this. I want to make some interesting points on some of the things that he's been saying. And I want you guys to get your guys' feedback on certain things, because a lot of times when I'm reading something, you guys will be able to go in and say, hey, I wanted to elaborate on what Stefan said, or what this commenter said, or what this person said, or what this person typed. So let's get right into this. So it's an email from him that he sent directly to my email. It's not on the comments, but he sent it directly to my email. But it says, hi. First off, I would like to apologize for emailing you instead of commenting on one of your videos on YouTube. However, for some reason, YouTube will not let me post this. I suppose it has to do with with all the links that I've attached to this letter. All the links I've attached to this letter. I just so happen to want to state my sources. Or it could just be that the message is too long. Either way, since I discovered your channel a few days ago, I've been very impressed with you. I've been very impressed with the way you've gone about learning about BTS. I really appreciate it, Stefan. This email alone right here is like contributing to my interest. It's like piquing my interest. It's giving me more things to learn. This is why I think it's so fascinating and incredible. But we'll continue. It says, I've watched hundreds of reaction videos on BTS by now and have come to the conclusion that it's extremely rare to come across reactors that are genuinely interested in their content and are not just using them as a fast and easy way to gain subscribers. This is true. you guys already know that I'm genuine and sincere about learning about BTS. Subscribers, subscribers, me gaining a lot of subscribers in such a short amount of time, that's just a byproduct of my interest. That's not what I decided, what I've used BTS to do. You know, this isn't clout chasing. This is genuine, and the me gaining a large number of subscribers is just a byproduct, in my opinion. So he says, they're in fact almost non existent. So naturally, I was on guard and didn't go into this with any high expectations, yet still intrigued to hear what you had to say about them nonetheless before moving on to another video. I really appreciate that, Stefan. I've been happily surprised, though, with what I have seen so far. I really like how you take the time to reflect on new information, acknowledge commenters that are trying to help you learn more, and in general, approaching BTS with an open mind, which I respect you for. So much appreciation with that, Stefan. You seem like a nice person, and I do actually believe now that you are sincere. I usually just tend to lurk about, maybe post a comment here and there once in a while, but I've decided to make you the first channel that I subscribe to because I want to actively show you my support. I don't remember reading that, but oh my gosh, thank you, Stefan. Amazing. So moving on. I would like to clear something up in regards to your Who is BTS? I just discovered BTS episode 3 video, where at one point it was stated the earliest BTS albums were about school. In addition to the usual schoolboy crush songs, it was full of critiques about the rigid Korean school system. I got the impression that you assumed by that BTS critiquing the Korean school system, that meant that they were being rebellious just for the sake of being rebellious. As in having the attitude of not wanting to take orders from authority. Uh-oh. I don't know if that was how you interpreted it, but I would like to give you some context in the situation, to the situation. Suicide is the number one cause of death amongst adolescents in South Korea, due to academic pressure, for sure. The average student studies 16 hours a day, primary school students, Western age 7 through 12, typically have classes between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. For middle, Western age 13 to 15, and high schoolers, Western age 16 to 18. Regular school is from 8 a.m. to around 4 to 6 p.m. After the majority of students attend what is called Hagwon in Korea, Hagwons are very expensive for profit private. Guys, you know how I get down. Hagwons are very expensive for profit private academic institutes. For profit private academic institutes. I think he put the hyphen in the wrong spot. I may be wrong. Students are sent there by their parents to improve their scores to ultimately prepare them for university entrance examinations. The regular school that a student is attending can even make Hagwons mandatory, even though they are not free. Hagwons, whoa, it's been a lot of that going around in the United States by making us pay for something we don't want, i.e. solar. Now in California, solar is mandatory. We have to pay for solar, whatever. That's a whole another topic. But anyway, Hagwons, I hope I'm saying that right. Hagwons mainly teaches foreign languages, but also mathematics and science. At certain Hagwons, education is music, art, and martial arts. In music, art, and martial arts is available as well. High schoolers classes end at 10 p.m. Guys, I'm sorry for pausing right there. I have to read that again. High schoolers classes end at 10 p.m. So they can start, are you telling me they start at 8 a.m. and end at 10 p.m., which is the curfew that has been set by the government in recent years? But some Hagwons stay open to midnight, although this is illegal. Wow. The I guys Geog, I cannot even say that at all. Province does, however, allow secondary school students to study until 11 p.m. in the and in Guangzhou, and Incheon, Hagwons for high school students usually is allowed to stay open until midnight. After 10 p.m., okay, I have to stop there and say something. My ideology, or my idea of school, I have my own opinions and ideologies about school. And when I say school, I'm speaking public school here in America. Um, the school system is not great, and it's not, that's not anything new out here in America. The school system is not great at all, and I really believe that it's not for our benefit. I really do. I mentioned that on another video, but I do not believe it's for our benefit. Now, I don't, just to correct something, Stefan, I didn't interpret it as school. They were rebelling against school just to rebel against it. What I believe is, um, uh, number one, you just said it's the number one, suicide is the number one rate, and it's from school pressure being put on them in school. And so I don't think that in Korea they're rebelling. You know, BTS, their songs are rebelling against school to rebel. I think that they're saying that school is not all that we have when we're looking forward to our futures. There's other things that we can do besides what is taught in school. And that's part of dreaming and achieving your own goals and basically forging your own path. That's how I see it. That's what I meant. I didn't mean to, if I can't remember what I said in that episode, but I didn't mean to make it sound as if I'm saying, yeah, rebel against school just to rebel. No, I think education has its place in life, and you can get an education anywhere. You don't need to go to school to get an education. Because you can educate yourself on things that you want to do. Like, for example, there's a lot of people that drop out of school. For example, Floyd Mayweather dropped out, I don't know, early in school to pursue a boxing career. And you see how that turned out for him. So it's not, and it's not about becoming a multimillionaire or being rich or anything like that. It's just that it's about being happy. He was happy with his boxing career. That's something that made him happy, and that's what's important. If you're not happy with school, which most of us aren't, and now that I'm finding out this is how it goes down in Korea, you can't be happy with that. That is, I know there's very few that are, but most people, again, look at you saying how high the suicide is number one reason, or number one cause of death for adolescents in Korea, and that's because of school pressure. And a lot of it probably has to do with their parents putting that pressure on them. A lot of Asian cultures do that. It's not just Korea. A lot of Asian cultures put a lot of pressure. There was here in California, there's a school in a city called Palo Alto where their suicide rate was high there at one time because of parents putting that pressure on their kids to go to school. But um, uh, I kind of lost my train of thought because I have so many things that want to come out of my mouth, and I only have one mouth. So many thoughts and in one mouth for them to come out of. So I'm going to continue with this email here. But that's incredible that they go to school that late, and that is insane. Okay, so where was I? School require it. Okay, so after 10 p.m., it is common for students to go to the library to study. Some schools even require it or do it at home for another 2 to 3 hours. Many families even send their children to secret tutoring centers after closing time. Both kids in kindergarten, primary, middle, and high school attend Hagwons, even as young as even as young as children in daycare at just 2 years old, although they have shorter hours. In Seoul and Busan, Hagons are allowed to operate between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. The younger pupils often attend both before and after regular hours or regular school. So younger people go there before school, and then after school they go there again. That is pretty crazy. I know you already saw this in your Who is BTS? I just discovered BTS episode 5 video, where the member J-Hope, or Hobie as Army calls him, explaining the meaning behind the group's name Bangtan Sonyeodan, Bulletproof Boy Scouts, aka BTS, in an interview with Infirmary magazine in 2016. I'll still post you the quote, though, because it's a reminder of the fact that BTS stands for the rights of adolescents. Wow, I did not know that. Whether it'll be about mental health issues due to academic stress, going against society's expectations. There we go, going against society's expectations when it comes to choosing a career path. And see, this is what I was getting at. Or urging adolescents to unite together social injustice, which they do, for example, in one of their political songs called Base Say. I don't know how to say that, guys. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comment section. This is so interesting, guys. Oh my goodness, this is insane. Bangtan means to be resistant to bullets. So it means to block stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that aim at adolescents like bullets to preserve the value and ideas of today's adolescents. Jungkook, Jung Ho Seok, or J-Hope. Guys, man, I remember reading that too. Here is the link to BTS inspiring and moving commencement speech to the class of 2020. And I will check that out and do a reaction to that. I won't go to that right now because I do want to get through this email. Here is the link to their incredible performance for the class of 2020. And I've actually seen suggestions or requests in the comment section, hundreds of them, lots of them, requesting me to do a reaction video to those two videos. So I will be doing that. When it comes to BTS members' own academic background, one can also clearly see that all of them value the importance of education and were known to be hardworking and respected amongst teachers. Nice. During their appearance on Beatles Code in 2014, RM revealed that he was a model high school student. He placed within the top 1.3% of students in the nation on his freshman high school exam for language, mathematics, foreign language, and social studies. The hosts that revealed that he mastered English as a middle schooler. Right, I remember that. Suga was part of the student council for 5 years and would report students whose hair were past their ears, one of the school's rules, and send them to the principal's office. Suga's former high school teacher, Kwon Jae-hwan at Gangbuk High School said that, and I guess this is the quote for it. Yoongi, Suga's real name, and I've gotten to know that at this point, never violated any school rules. Since it was the old era and it was a boys' private school, the dress code and hair rules were very strict. But he has never violated the rules, giving excuses like he's doing music or any such thing. So let me read that one more time so I can understand it. But he has never violated and he said the rules, giving excuses like he's doing like he's doing music or any such thing. I get it now. There was no place to learn music in Chilgok, Sugar's hometown. Um, so until he went to the music academy in the second semester, he studied very hard in the classroom as not to disturb other students. He would stay awake until dawn to study composition, but he never violated rules with excuses like he was doing music and things like that. Nice, nice. One of J Hope's teachers said in an interview that Hoseok already had talent that is above the standard of average students. From what I've observed, Hoseok um, was a person with strong persuasive power. Hoseok not only displayed his talent, he was also able to set goals and was willing to work hard to achieve them. Hoseok specially invited me to his concert last year, and I went with my family. In instances like these, he shows that he is a warm hearted and grateful student and doesn't forget people from his past. The way Hoseok thinks, he is quite philosophical, unlike students these days. In My City Lyrics, Hoseok mentioned 518. I guess he kind of gave a shout out to his hometown or to something, right? 516 or 518, 5 dash dot 18, 5.18. I don't know what that means. Gwangju uprising in his lyrics. There is a risky move as an idol as it could lead to controversies. However, Hoseok included it in his lyrics became because he believed it was the right thing to do, which is admirable. J Hope's former principal also had a lot of praise for him, amongst other things, also saying Hoseok was a person who put his thoughts into action, and I want to praise him for that. When asked if there was a reason why J Hope's photos were displayed on the wall, the principal had this to say: "Yes, there is a reason for that. One of the school's goals is to foster global students who have character and intelligence. Hoseok fits our values well." Wow. Jimin was class president for 9 years. Also, in an interview, um, the reason why I'm saying Jimin is because that's what you guys said. Somebody told me that a week ago that it was pronounced Jimin. I know I've been saying Jimin for like a while, but Jimin. Jimin's homeroom teacher, Mr. Lee, said or stated that he was an excellent in both his studies and dances, entering at the top student of his department. I haven't been able to find that much information on Jin, V, and Jungkook regarding their academic years. The schools that they attended are known to be public, but I don't recall seeing or reading any interviews from their teachers. All all of the members are known amongst co-workers, crew, and fans to be very polite and respectful, but Jin especially is known to be extremely well-mannered. In fact, a lot of Korean TV presenters, crew members, and idols have openly talked about how shocked and impressed they were by his sincerity and thoughtful nature when meeting him. Taking from that, it is highly likely that Jin was a well-behaved student also. Furthermore, he graduated university whilst being in BTS. Wow. Which shows that he has a lot of discipline and is a hard worker. Yes, indeed, it does show that. And hard worker is a understatement. Is an understatement. Oh my goodness. During episode 11 of their variety web series Run BTS, when asked by the other members what sort of student he was in school, V said he was a model student, meaning someone who cares about their grades, pays attention in class, etc. This makes sense since one of V's nicknames is Good Boy, and he certainly lives up to that name. Some of Jungkook's past school experiences are documented on the internet for everyone to see. Since he started in BTS while still in middle school, he was a really shy kid back then, whom the members have helped raise to a respectable young man we know today. Cookie, or the baby, as both the members of Army lovingly refer to him as, is very ambitious, clever, and also seems to respect his elders. If you don't count all the times he's hitting Jin, if you don't count all the times he's hitting Jin, it's all seriousness though. In all seriousness though, just like with Jin, um, it must take a it must take such willpower and dedication to juggle school and being in BTS. Yeah, no doubt. At the same time, and it says a lot about his character. Also, for the record, Jungkook has expressed his gratitude towards the members on numerous occasions, saying thank you for raising me well. We all know that the members would not put up with him being rebellious at school, especially not Suga. Definitely, definitely. After reading the previous paragraphs and with Suga being such a model person, and then he being kind of like in charge of things when he was in school. Yeah, I would imagine he wouldn't put up with that. Here's the link to Jungkook's entrance ceremony with all the members acting like proud parents, and I will check that out and react to that later as well. Um, so, as you have seen by now, a lot of people in the comment section have made recommendations to the channel DKDKTV just so that you'll have a better understanding of who they are. It's a channel consisting of two Korean guys named Danny and David. They make very in-depth and analytical explanation videos to BTS lyrics and music videos from a Korean's perspective. Many BTS songs and music videos contain cultural references, and DKDKTV explains such things as wordplay, words that have multiple meanings in the Korean language, historical references, society issues, and more to people that aren't native speakers. They are highly respected and loyal and loved by Army, and have taught us a lot about Korean culture and made us appreciate BTS impressive lyricism on a completely different level than other that otherwise would have gone unnoticed. Wow. I would advise you, as you continue this journey of discovering BTS, to react to their videos in order to get an enriching experience. That is a good idea, and that sounds like a definite good idea for me to do. Um, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to admit that originally, when I first heard about BTS at the end of last year, I dismissed them as just another boy band that guys are soon swooning over at the moment. It wasn't until February of this year that I finally decided to check out their work, and I've since realized how wrong I was to judge them in advance. Early on, there was one song in particular which truly made me understand on a deep level that BTS is a very admirable group who always stands for what they believe in. The belief is the right thing to do, despite the potential, despite this potentially meaning the end of their music career. Right, despite this potentially meaning the end of their career. The song that I am talking about is called Spring Day, and in this in this in this list that Isa has put together for me, I saw that song in there. So I definitely will be working my way towards checking that song out. It's a song that Army has crowned as queen of BTS discography. And on February 11th, 2020, Melon made an announcement on Twitter stating that Spring Day is the only song to chart 3 years in a row on the top 40 yearly chart, and also charting for 156 weeks on the weekly chart, meaning it has been charting every week since its release in 2017. That is pretty doggone impressive. In order to understand what's so remarkable about this song, you'll need to know the backstory. The song and music video is a tribute to the victims of the MV Sewol ferry tragedy that occurred on April 16, 2014, which killed 304 people, the majority of them kids. Sewol's captain Lee Jun Seok, Lee Jun Seok, was later found guilty of gross negligence and is now serving a 36-year sentence. What makes this song stand out from the other tribute songs is the fact that it was illegal for BTS at the time to make this. Sheesh. Stefan, guys, I am getting an education today. This is incredible. In South Korea, the K-pop industry receives huge amounts of government funding. I would imagine they do. And I don't necessarily say that in a good way either. I would imagine that the government would be somewhere in involved in K-pop some kind of way, based on the things that I've learned about K-pop. Let's read that again. In South Korea, the K-pop industry receives huge amounts of government funding, or AKA citizens funding. Also, Stefan didn't say that. That was me that said that, guys. The AKA part. Also, the government censor songs that are deemed too political, anti-government, or pro-North Korea. Even songs that have been played for decades sometimes run afoul of the authorities. The former president of South Korea, Park Geun-hye, who currently is serving time in prison after being found guilty of 16 of the 18 charges she faced, formerly sentenced to 24 years, but now serving 33 years for abuse of power, bribery, and coercion. Goodness gracious. Banned artists groups from making music about the Sewol tragedy or showing support to the victims after receiving criticism for her handling of the disaster. BTS cleverly constructed their song Spring Day and the music video into hidden messages and used a lot of different metaphors in order to criticize the government and let the voices of the victims be heard without the government's knowledge. This is deep. That is deep. Oh my gosh, that is insane. In October of 2016, a cultural blacklist made by the government that blocked any public funding or aid towards artists that voiced any criticism of Park Geun-hye. I don't know how to say that. Park Geun-hye was made known. Let me read that again without butchering this woman's name. In October of 2016, a cultural blacklist made by the government that blocked any public funding or aid towards artists that voiced any criticism of Park Geun-hye was made known. On January 21st, 2017, an exclusive report revealed that BTS and Big Hit had donated a total of 100 million approximately 85,000. Oh, won. They're okay. You're saying their money, their currency. Approximately $85,000 to 416. To April 16th Sewol families for truth and a safer society. When asked about it, Big Hit confirmed, "It's something that we processed secretly, and as we believe that donations are meant to be done quietly." That's right. It was the artist's decision and personal matters, so we don't think it's something to leave comments on. God, I understand what he's saying. He's saying don't praise us or whatever. It was just something that they thought it was the right thing to do. This is what I'm assuming that's what that part meant. On April 2018, the blacklist was made public for the first time. Dated May 2015, containing a 60-page long list that included 9,473 names of people that were excluded from state funding simply for voicing criticism of Park's handling of the Sewol ferry tragedy, showing support to the victims and families in any form, or for showing support to rival political parties. BTS were not on the list, but they very well could have been. Another boy group called 24K, however, were for having helped a candidate in the presidential election. Wow. Here is I just wanted to check the time real quick. Here is the link to the Spring Day music video. Here is the link to this explanation video to the music video of Spring Day. Here is a link to the explanation video of the music video of Spring Day. And I will be checking those out and doing, I should probably, and since this is episode 7, I should probably make that an episode 8. But it would really, really be good for you guys to see, for people to see episode 7 first before seeing episode 8, being that all the information or the backstory of episode 8 will be carried on episode 7. Anyway, back to Stefan's email. As someone that has not known about BTS for that long, I can still say that through watching endless of content of them, such as Run BTS, Bon Voyage, documentaries, interviews, V-Lives, and more, it is very clear to see that they consider each other family, in the truest sense of the word. They're extremely supportive of each other's individual successes, which I definitely think is one of their strengths as a group. That I have to agree with you there, because a lot of times when groups split, it's usually split over a fight, or they split because there was trouble. They don't necessarily do their own solo projects because the group says, hey, we should branch out and do solo projects and we support you. Now, that doesn't happen every time, but a lot of times when a group breaks up or when they start working on their solo projects, it generally means that they had a problem in the group and they branched out. So let me get back to this. Not to speak ill of other groups, but instances are not unheard of where individual members' solo projects have caused turbulence within groups due to jealousy. And there we go. I just said that. I just got finished saying something similar to that. They also encourage each other to step out of comfort zones and try different things, discover new talents, and in the process grow as artists, but also as people. They don't put themselves into one box. They embrace every member's unique talents, past experiences, and let a lot of these differences come together to create new innovative art forms. Wow, well said. Their work ethic is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and I'm discovering that as well, Stefan. And they're all genuinely kind and humble people that take their roles of artists and role models very serious. That take their roles as artists and role models very seriously. Just recently, it was revealed that they donated $1 million to Black Lives Matter, and I did hear about that. On June 4, 2020, they made a statement on Twitter: "We stand against racial discrimination. We condemn violence. You, I, and we all have the right to be respected. We will stand together. Hashtag Black Lives Matter." Army matched this donation, even surpassing it. This is not the first time Army has come together and made these sorts of donations, thanks to the influence and inspiration from BTS. Here's the link to RM's powerful speech at the UN. This video has captions if one needs them, which I am one that does need them, Stefan. And I will again check that link out later. They always treat their fandom with utmost respect, love, and gratitude, even going as far as writing and reading their personal letters to Army on stage. Wow, to show their gratitude. That is something I definitely would do. That's right up my alley, guys. That's something I would definitely do if I was BTS, if I was a member of BTS, to show their gratitude, as well as expressing their hopes for the future and make promises to their fans, which they also keep. Here is the link to BTS reading their personal letters to Army on stage in 2013, the year they debuted, and I'll check that out as well in possibly in episode 8. About what you've mentioned earlier in past videos, don't worry about picking a favorite member. What truly matters is to acknowledge and appreciate every individual member's talents, hard work, and contributions to BTS. As Taeyoung himself, or Tay Tay, stage name V, I did know Taeyoung was V, and I knew that people called him Tay Tay. I found that out from someone. As Army, as Tay Tay himself, or as Taeyoung himself, or Tay Tay, stage name V, as Army lovingly often refers to him as, once said in an interview, I hope fans give love to all 7. BTS is made up of 7 guys. Wow. If you do, however, feel the need to have a bias favorite, remember this. You don't get to choose your bias. Your bias chooses you. Wow. I hope you didn't feel too attacked at the beginning of this letter. Not at all, Stefan. Not at all. I just tend to feel protective of the boys, like a parent almost, even though I'm just a few years older than Jin. LOL. Keep up the good work, and I'll be looking forward to following you on this journey that is ahead. On this journey that is ahead. Sincerely, M. M. So I've been saying Stefan. P.S. Please excuse my grammar, spelling mistakes, awkward phrasing, etc. English is not my mother tongue, and I rarely speak it in real life. And he gives a list of all these references for information that he has picked up, and then they have the link to videos at the bottom. Now, I will be going through a lot of that. Not sure I can get through all of it in one video, I'm sure. But I really appreciate this email. I really appreciate the fact that you went through the information that you gave. Oh, wait, before I continue, I can say that even though English may not be your native language, and you rarely speak it in real life, this was insane. I had no idea that English wasn't your first language, because from this, what you typed, it was remarkable. It was absolutely fascinating for English. Now, there are people that English is their first language and they only speak English. Millions of people in America that cannot write like this. They cannot type like this. They cannot, their grammar is nowhere near what yours is in this. So this was like superb. Anybody that listened to me read that, they know is superb. So this video is going up on 42 minutes, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this video now, but I do have another email that I want to get into. I want to tie it into another episode. I wanted to actually do it with this one, but my slow reading made this video almost an hour. And then also my thoughts on at certain points of what the email said. For me, all of this is fascinating, guys. And I mentioned earlier that I really love watching music videos, and I love BTS's music. It's crazy. Their music is like insane. Not only is their music good, but to the message through the music and how they link the music and stuff like that is phenomenal. This is a total package thing here. These guys are like, I don't think there's ever been anything like this in the history of the entertainment business. I know there's been a lot of people that reach the fans and they have a certain way they do things and they connect with the fans and they have a loving message. But these guys, this has really been something that they have, each time they work on something, they really think this stuff through. And these dudes, come on, they have to be vampires. They have to be. But anyway, that'll do it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you made it through this video all the way through to this point and you are new, I encourage you to please subscribe. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the love and support. I'm really seeing this channel 10 million subscribers in my mind, based on the different episodes and different series of videos that I will continue to make. I'm going to follow a lot of BTS's advice and their wisdom as far as following my dream. Something I've always wanted to do, something I've always said people should do. And even before finding out or discovering BTS. And I would encourage people to at least get that from BTS. That message from them is follow your dreams. Your dreams can be followed. That'll do it for this video, guys. I'm designing my life exactly how I want, and I suggest you do the same thing. Don't forget to hit the post notifications, guys. Peace.